Whatever. Hi. Oh my goodness, it's Saturday, and we're doing Ace Attorney again. Because we can, and we're here, and also I haven't done my Digimon homework. Hi, Punisher. Hello, hello. I haven't finished my Digimon homework, so instead, and also Miles Edgeworth is coming out soon. So, you know, we still have an entire game to get through. And also this DLC where someone is putting a whale on trial. Killer whale, but still. I have to finish, my Digimon homework is Digimon Survive. I have to finish the moral route again so I can get all of the moral megas. Biscuit, don't get up there. Come back here. No, Biscuit, you don't go up there. And then I have to get up to be ready to do the Wrath route. So it shouldn't take me too long, I just need to do it. July 21st, 9:21 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. You know, that orca that we met yesterday? A killer whale? Not a person? Going on trial for murder? As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped. And I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes. Oh, I also queued the Swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime. A TV recording of a performance featuring Orla, Sasha, and Jack Shipley. Thanks, it just might help our case, hopefully. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this? What? Me? No, I just woke up early, that's all. I guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell because he's known me for a very long time and we were friends when I was a little kid, so he's kind of like an older brother to me. But you don't know that yet. Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial too. It's been a while. It's my first trial back in 8 years. That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. You can kill someone with that. Please be careful. Don't go any raves. Don't do any, like, headbanging. You're gonna, like, spear someone in the eye. That was a compliment. That was a compliment, right? Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery. Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long, I'm actually a little nervous. Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, Mr. Rhymes, you came to watch the trial? Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the orca, so I thought I'd better come here to watch for her. Well, don't you worry, we're going to win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss? Right, one unprecedented trial coming right up. I still say that regardless of even if you think it was an accident with an animal, get an autopsy anyways. July 21st, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Before it gets blown up. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Orla Shipley. Technically it's Orla. I don't know if he just said that wrong. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackwell, known as the Twisted Samurai, he's a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal hawk Taka by his side. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. In fact, you haven't worn this sweater since you were, before you even became a lawyer. I think you were still a budding artist at the time. Whatever happened to that? My girlfriend tried to frame me for murder, so I ditched that and became a lawyer. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow. Hi, Swift. Okay, remember this line for one moment. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow, he says when Phoenix is wearing his outfit. How go the trials today? Well, we're just getting started. You're just in time. Thank you, Your Honor. And you look young as ever yourself. Ha ha ha, well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? Surely you jest your baldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Orla Shipley, that's right, Aura is her name, Orla is her stage name, is an orca at Shipshape Aquarium. An orca? What do you mean the defendant's an orca? What the fuck is happening? Oh, there's nothing in the rules that says that arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca as a defendant, it's patently absurd. Nothing in the rules says you can't do it. Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. Your duty to defend your crying aunt? Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it man or beast, is of equal value. You know what, Black Quill? I fully agree with you. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Technically, she's an orca, she's both. Take Taka, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I. The real question is, am I in for more pain, as always? Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still the defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Now then, Prosecutor Blackquill, your opening statement if you would. I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well, listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Shipshape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. A sadistic orca. What a chilling thought. And where exactly is this defendant now? Inside this. A cell phone, Prosecutor Blackquill. Time marches on, your baldness, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca. Hold on. What year did this game come out? Dual Destinies came out 2013. Okay, I guess maybe we didn't have cell phones capable of video of FaceTiming. When did FaceTime come out? No, I just want an answer. Later released in September of 2013. They didn't have FaceTime when this game was being made, so they just had to say TV phone. Nowadays, it's just straight up a video call. Boy, 10 years is a lot. A TV phone? Very well. The court accepts it as evidence. We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare for transmission. Ha ha ha! You've got it, Prosecutor Blackquill. Don't you worry, I definitely won't betray you and everyone else in this room. Oh, look how cute she is. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. So that is the orca that stands accused, is it? Look how cute she is! Oh, she's so adorable! Oh, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on? Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man. Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh? She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal. Well, that's right. My name is Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explanation from here. Ignore the fact that that's not what he said. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Shipshape Aquarium. There we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. Swift. The orca was the only one there, therefore no one else could have committed the crime. It's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. Instant death from a brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the... Oh. That doesn't necessarily look good for this. I can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. death thoughts are your... Oh. Bruise all over the body. Oh. No! Jack Shipley was our friend! He was a good dude! Let's see if we can watch this now. Yeah! We get to watch the whole thing again in the animated cutscene! This is the poor man who died. Not here, but later.
Captain Orla, you made it just in time.
I mean, they're doing a show.
We be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be.
Still cute, still adorable. Especially because you can hear Orla singing. Okay, anyways. Moving on. What attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your baldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak, coming right up. How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Then why didn't you? Prosecutor Blackwell. Why does she have that heroine thing going on with her scarf? I don't feel is there a breeze in here? Is there a draft? What's happened? Well, I am Norma de Plume, and I'm a non-fiction writer. The only one who isn't telepathic here. Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena. What? Norma de Plume? The great non-fiction writer, Miss Norma de Plume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your million seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites. Oh, are you a fan, Your Honor? I could give you my autograph if you like. Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different than the photos in your book. Well, I used one from 10 years ago in my book so that the paparazzi won't harass me. The judge seems so shocked. A visual disconnect must really be doing a number on His Honor's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma de Plume. Mr. de Plume is so famous. Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. But here's the thing. What if she's lying? I would thank you not to order me around. I was perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well then. Please proceed with your testimony. About the pictures? Yeah, she could be lying. What if it's not actually her? What if she's not Norma de Plume? I'm pretty sure that's not what they say. Don't think that's what they say. I went to Shipshape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitors' corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. That adorable defendant really did all that. It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence. Hold on there. The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright with you. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery? The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess, they were convicted for contract fraud, right? All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Miss Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. When have we ever? Don't answer that question. 10 pounds, 10... I don't think it takes off anything. The camera usually adds something. The camera adds 10 pounds, I believe is the correct saying, if you're legitimately looking for it. Also, this is kind of not true. Why did you want to see the orca? Well, it is the featured attraction in the aquarium, after all. Why waste energy on such tripe? There is but one attraction in ship-shape aquarium that is worth anyone's time. And that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? Alrighty then, I guess Prosecutor Blackquill is for the birds. Guess I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackquill is on Team Rifle. We got an award for that. Until you went to see the orca and its tank? Yes, that's right. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. The orca suddenly went crazy, did she? Yes, it took a look at me, and then all at once it started going berserk. Did you do anything to make her angry? I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitor's corridor. She glared at Orla, and that's what caused her to go berserk? The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did when she entered that state. In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my eyes, and then... I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Except it didn't... Here's the thing. Oh, also, we know for a fact that that's a lie, because it was contusion from head trauma. It wasn't... Killer whales have teeth. Orcas specifically have teeth. But look, this says that it was bruised and contusions. It doesn't say anything about a bite mark, which means I can already know where she's lying. Or at least not right. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, it was simply dreadful. It was as frightening as losing one's manuscript just before deadline. This is why you have backups. I suppose for a writer that would be pretty terrifying. I witnessed the killer whale's horrific act, and I knew I had to do something. Hey, Biscuit. What's up, Biscuit? Hi, buddy.
Objection!
There you are. Hi, kitty. It would seem that you are mistaken, Mr. Plume. I beg your pardon. The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be a result of an orc attack. Ooh-oo? Ooh-oo? Biscuit? Ooh-oo? Ooh-oo. Ooh-oo. Well, the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind. Just as I suspected, I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Well, what did you expect when you wouldn't play nice and share? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave to you for safekeeping. Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright in Blackwell's book. Very well, let's view the footage. Yeah, but there's no wounds on him. He's not hurt. What's this? The orca is biting the victim! No way! I mean, yes, but also he's not actually hurt. There are no I have to say that this appears to be very damning evidence, Biscuit. Security footage has been updated, Biscuit. All this doesn't look good for us, except for the fact that we know for a fact that on the autopsy report, there are no signs of him being bitten. Excuse me. Excuse me. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him. And there's more. Look at this. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. What the hell is that on his arm? There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise. Take two? I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the orca as the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks on the victim's clothes? Yes, they do suggest that she did in fact bite the victim, but not hard enough to cause any physical damage besides the coat. Oops. Oops. I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up to the surface with the surface of the victim's mouth. However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma. You are much too impetuous, right, Dono? Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that. Then what explanation is there for what the witness saw? Did I not say in the beginning? The orca toyed with the victim mercilessly. My goodness! After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. But maybe that's not true. I don't believe that to be true. Mr. Wright. The hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear for Orla. So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give to this court? I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. But whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. A normal thing. Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right, it ran the victim over and over again. Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. And we all just saw the killer whale's headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. Except I don't see a body there. The footage backs up Mr. Plume's testimony, but there's also something very important it does not show. Now do you see what a menace this killer whale is?
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll know that that something is not the victim. What? Oh my god, she is doing the Marilyn Monroe thing. I want to look away, but I can't. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, I suppose not. Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Well, let's see. Oh, I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yes, yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock, and his body was all limp. What else can I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
But if you didn't actually see the moment attack itself, then it's pure conjecture. Must I do everything around here? How dare you speak so rudely to me? There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. That you couldn't see what the orca was attacking. You didn't need to, did you? Because you know she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. Oh, 1 year ago. 1 year ago? That's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year, in which the defendant murdered her trainer. What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. It's all in this book. That book, The Killer Whale. That's Mr. Plume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up. I don't trust anything that comes from this woman. Like, at all. Not even a little bit. Oh, damn. Damn, why she gotta be hot, though? Oh, damn, we didn't even get a chance to meet her. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. Yorka headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. Well, but the thing is, she's only been a witness for like 5 minutes. He didn't even know that she was going to be here. Orca killed 2 people? I think it's a menace! Guilty, I say! I never want to go to the beach again. No, now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. You were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it, but it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her, please. I'm begging you. Sasha, what am I doing, downing my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. We are Orla's lawyers. Most but us can save her. We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the Orca, weren't you, right, Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. Here's the thing, though. Once again, I don't see any bite marks on this person. Does anyone else see any bite marks? Do you see blood? Nothing? You saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the Orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So killer whales really are killers! What terrifying creatures indeed. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, your baldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard, you don't even know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Oh, but of course, that is what I do, after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Very well, Mr. Plume. Please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. Biscuit, my baby, I need to... This is not good for my posture, but this is the best thing to do as well. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago. That's right, those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the swashbuckler spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. Clearly won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess, you noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions? You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. No, scratch that. We'll definitely be able to. Let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try, Biscuit. Are you trying to take off your collar again? I gave Biscuit a collar. for multiple reasons, mainly as one of those kind of just in case situations. But also, it has a nice little bell on it, so I know where he is. However, he also, when I first put it on him, he just likes to try and rip it off, and eventually he did take it off. But now occasionally he still bites at it, which is fine. But as long as you keep it on, he's gotten much more accustomed to it. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up. The analytical psychology begin. Biscuit, I was just talking about you and this collar. Killua's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing, and you were surprised. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. No, the hell you weren't. Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. Thank you for the posture check, Maya. Thank you for the hydrate, Maya. Hi, Maya. Ooh, ooh. How you doing? Biscuit, say hello. Once again, Biscuit will never say hello unless he wants something, and he doesn't do it loud enough for the mic to pick up. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while I was doing that. Sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. No, Biscuit. I saw something. Biscuit, what you doing? You can't stay on the desk, you know that. So where are you going? Okay, you're just kind of sitting there. Come here. Oh! I remember now. You just ate. Nice. I'm gonna eat after this. Okay, good. Now if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. The word terror was a reaction to blood, was it? But why didn't she bring it up earlier? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. I was badly injured during an interview once. An interview? Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Mr. Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right? But that doesn't make any sense. Because the victim's not bleeding. There's nowhere near that much blood here. Like, it's inconsistent with the evidence. What do we do now, boss? Ugh. The testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Oh, wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Ugh. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Oh, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. So let's delve a little deeper. You've got it, boss. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and I was terrified. but when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. So the problem here is this doesn't make sense. Like with the evidence. Because there's no open wounds on him. He shouldn't be bleeding that much. Her emotions don't seem inconsistent. So I think this is an evidence situation, because reviewing your emotion, no. Okay, I was hoping that would be a little bit, but I guess not. Fine. Back it up like 2 seconds. Maybe he just spilled a big bottle of ketchup. Here's the thing, I don't think ketchup would spread out that much. Oh, it won't let me. I can't present. I have to pinpoint emotions. Okay, so what emotions are wrong? Nothing here. Whale suddenly started singing. After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood. I let out a scream. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Hot sauce, maybe. Her fear here appears to lessen here at this statement. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. New stickers? Nice. Enjoy your stickers. My, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? And what do you suppose that was? Simple. It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
Objection!
Wait, what? And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Mr. Plume saw actually Oh, that was Orla's blood! Orla was the one bleeding. Because if it really was a cloud of blood and then the ship, and then, the hat made it stop, that means that it was Orla bleeding. Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon. What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool beside the victim. Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool, after all. What? Then where's this alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. What? The orca's head? What are you prattling on about now? Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is, the one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Called it. I'm a genius. I'm the best. Oh my god, Punisher, I just saw the new playmat and everything. Oh my god, those are so cute. I fucking love that. Those are so good. Oh, I love them. They're adorable. Okay, we did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though. Whoa, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's. That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That what Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder as she claims.
Objection!
I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning? I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. The bloodstained coin? There must be something. Think, Phoenix. Wait, because there is blood. That's the thing, there is blood. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred after. The victim was alive when Orla started her headbutting. That would basically make Orla the one who killed him. But since I don't think she did it, then we must be wrong about when it took place. If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Mr. Plume was watching her. The events Mr. Plume witnessed took place around 10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10 a.m. Tell us what happened before 10:10. I mean, we have the calendar. We have Rhymes' calendar. That's kind of it.
Take that!
Nope, okay. Then the only other thing I can think of is... Huh? I'm not... Okay, I think it's the coin. The bloody coin. But you're not sure, right? Okay, fine. Hold on 1 second. I actually do know what it is. I had 2 guesses and my first guess was wrong. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before.
Take that!
No? What do you mean, no? What took place before 10 o'clock? Wait, the security footage.
Take that!
We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m., which means there's still footage going further back and we need to check. I'm silly. Your Honor, I request that all the security footage be played for the court. All of the footage? Mr. Plume witnessed the cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived? Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened, and I believe there is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before it. You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? And are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I've bet on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way... My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackquill, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh, I can't back down now. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackquill, there's security footage. Fulbright. Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here. Very well, please play it for the court. Please have something there for me. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. 10:09. 10:08. 6. It appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived yet at this point. Let's see if I can find something from before this point in time. At any point, did we see Jack Shipley enter the pool? Is that it?
Yep, well, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for?
We got nothing. Well, right, Dono. Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you? No, that's exactly it. Of course we didn't see anything of significance. That in itself is incredibly significant. When did Jack Shipley enter the pool? He was there the whole damn time. I see anything important? Better think about this carefully. In the footage we see... Okay, I'm gonna save it right here because my brain says, yes, it was important, but also, legitimately, no, we didn't see anything important. You can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought.
You're right about that. Well, that section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection! No, it's just the opposite.
What do you mean by that?
In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence.
What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duties of justice? Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is this important thing that you say should be in the footage but isn't?
The body.
Take that!
The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage.
Oh! That's right!
If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the skull rock during those 10 minutes. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying...
When the security camera started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead!
What?
She waited until she had an audience.
Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered?
I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client. But there is no one else who could have killed the victim. Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well. Do you now? I would be very interested in seeing this evidence. The defense's trump card, that thing we found during our investigation yesterday. I wouldn't go so far as to call it decisive, but now's the time to play it.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please submit your evidence. What evidence shows that the crime may have been committed by a human?
Take that!
What's this? A coin?
Yes, a fake coin used in the aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon.
This tiny little coin is the murder weapon? Mr. Wright, if this is another one of your bluffs...
As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it. Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? Not yet. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it to be the victim's blood. So to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool. One of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor! The defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool.
The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orc did it.
I realize you are trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once? Cannon. It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature.
And so what is this bag the coins were in?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took them with them.
They took it?
Your culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder, and then threw the body into the pool before the security camera started up. And then they left, taking the bag of coins wearing with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything. A possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has now been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Mr. Plume witness? That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago, singing a song. I guess there still is that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. Was it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. And to give the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place.
Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions?
I believe we should think of it in this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case?
Very well. Then why don't you explain it for the court? How would the defendant's action affect the case?
Mr. Plume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness.
Created a witness?
Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Mr. Plume witnessed two things. She saw Orca headbutt something over and over, and she saw the Orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the Orca was attacking the victim.
Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator?
Exactly. And that would explain Orla's actions perfectly.
But the defendant is an Orca. Is it even possible to manipulate her?
Yes, there is a way to manipulate Orca's behavior. With this!
Take that!
Oh, shit.
Is this a whistle?
Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals.
Oh, that must be how they got orders to do tricks for the pirate shows.
The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitors' corridor. Then, when Mr. Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks.
What?
What? And as for you, Mr. Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness!
Dun dun dun! Norma de Plume was set up. I, Norma de Plume, writer extraordinaire, was used?
No. Ma'am, are you wearing something underneath that coat? Please say yes.
Mr. Plume, please do something about your attire.
That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see.
It would appear we need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have the bloodstained coin analyzed.
You waste your breath. Yes, even Prosecutor Blackwell can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in.
In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it.
Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coins proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation. Overturn the defendant's accusations? I think not. Ah! My hair! My beautiful hair! Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable.
And what did this man go in for?
He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But right down here would be easier to hook than any fish. That ox sure does love the judge's head.
What's this? That's coin from before then. Some sort of bag?
Bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this. How did you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, so naturally I had it sent to the crime lab. And does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. I knew it! So the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out, but the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more than satisfied that it was.
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with a bag of coins?
I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact it was the orca that killed the victim.
Okay, now you're making some weird bullshit up.
What? How can you still suspect Orla? You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior. But Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him.
I'm sorry, Blackwell, are you suggesting that the orca, the killer whale, the mammal fish, committed premeditated murder of someone who she has known and loved for a long time? Is that what you are suggesting to me in this court right now, that this is premeditated murder?
What? But
Are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being?
to prove it, I have summoned another witness, Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand.
Marlon Rhymes is a witness?
I am so confused. Well, don't just stand there. State your name.
I told you I didn't want to be a witness.
I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently Raidono won't be satisfied until every stone is turned.
That's how a court of law works. Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, then let's get this over with.
Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is going to have him testify about.
So could we have your name and occupation for the record, witness?
Ahoy! Yo! Yo! Yo ho ho! People of the law, time to testify. Chilling with my crew at the ship shape. Orcas, penguins, and the seascape. Cleaning and feeding, there ain't no end. But them bratty kids' toys I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the House of Rhymes. I'm the master keeper, modeling with the rhymes.
Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you just said. Is that flip-flop music young people nowadays like?
Oh, close, Your Honor. So close, and yet so far.
Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without the flip-flop.
Okay, fine. I don't want to do this, I tell you. Feeling like I'm selling Sasha out. Man manipulating orca. The manipulating orca. About 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain of the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. Orca knows there's a certain spot people saying to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. So that gives us a little bit more info about the area around the orca pool. You're still suggesting the defendant made the stuff fall down? Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There was no doubt that it was the orca that caused the mess.
Or could she really have done that from within the pool?
As I said, the orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidy the night before, including its various odds and ends. But with our rhyming Marlin took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To prove it all in one go would challenge even... To move it all in one go would prove a challenge even a brawny prisoner in the cell next to... Whatever, words, fuck it. What is he, the jail gossip? So, how did 400 pounds of items fall at once? I'll tell you how. The octopus on the crane. The orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move was child's play to an orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Mr. Plume saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make the sound of orca making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes? That orca sometimes make a loud noise to summon a trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it.
I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter a room. There's at least one thing you can't be sure about. His statement that the orca was playing volleyball is purely speculation.
Silence.
Whether the orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the crates. The important point is that the orca is the only one that could have moved the items. Ugh, I have to discredit that statement somehow. I know how. If I don't, it'd mean that Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. It was the tentacle thing. Hold on, do we have a picture? We don't have a picture. About 10:10, I was in the staff room. Wait! Wait! At about 10:10. In other words, after. Are you sure about the time you were in the staff room? What? Yes, I'm sure. I'm pretty good with time. I've never been late to work once. If he's sure about the time, then there's something wrong with that statement. I'd better make another look through the court record.
Alright, please continue with your testimony. No, please do not, because I know that you are wrong immediately.
Objection!
What do you mean, no? But we already... What do you know? But we know that she died before 10 o'clock. Which means 10:10 can't have been the time of the murder. And we use that as evidence. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me look. We have the fish, we have the walkie-talkie. Yeah, but I don't think I can disprove that.
Hold it!
You heard the noise all the way in the staff room? That's right, the orca pool room and the staff room are pretty close to each other. Anyway, I heard the noise. So I went to the door of the pool room. I don't have a security card, so all I could do was look through the door crack. What kind of noise did you hear? Want me to describe it? Oh yes! Yo, what up, courtroom to crash? Boom! Bowing down to relativity! Everything falling with sweet simplicity. This testimony, yo, it ain't got no fallacies. Things falling and breaking was pure insanity. Kinda like that. Okay, but why the need to wrap it?
Well, I didn't really get all of that, but in any case, I gather it was a very loud noise. Very well, please describe what you saw.
I couldn't see the captain or the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. The problem is, we know that he died before 10 o'clock. The problem is, and he's saying that he heard the cloud crash at 10:10. But that doesn't make any sense. But the security footage is the thing we use to confirm that. So why won't it let me? Wait a second. Wait a second. You do have a way in because of your calendar. Wait, hold on. You lying son of a bitch.
Objection!
You say you were in the staff room, but is that really true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, that's... I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Ship Shape Aquarium gift shop. Thank you for shopping at Ship Shape.
Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand.
Not to worry, your baldness. Taco will have them cleaned up in no time. Food for Taka! Good boy. I guess that bird comes in handy now and then.
Alright, Mr. Wright, we have all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind...
No, Your Honor, this isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady. What? Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got switched around. They ran into each other at about 10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly, the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. Ah! What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about any calendar. It's because Mr. Rhymes and Pearls were keeping it a secret. You lied to me. This transgression will not go unpunished.
So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you?
Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the orca pool room myself, but somebody told me about it. Who told you about it? It was... Unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. And I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. I heard about it from Sasha. What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make any sense. What is going on here? Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Dono? Ugh, I certainly didn't see this coming. What perfect timing. There is something I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the orca. The prosecution calls the trainer Miss Sasha Buckler to the stand.
Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the orca's trainer has to say.
I don't know what Sasha is going to say. I just have to meet it head on, whatever it is.
We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned. To be continued.
How long have we been going? It's only been an hour. We're going to keep going. We might not go full 3 hours tonight, but we're going to at least keep going. From here. July 21st, 10:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Damn it. Mr. Wright, are you going to cross-examine Sasha? I guess I'll have to ask her about the noise from the stuff falling down. Mr. Wright, Mr. Rhymes, why did you lie? I didn't want Sasha to have to appear in court. I thought if anybody had to testify, I should be the one to do it for. But why would you go to all those links? Did you see the entry for the 20th on that calendar? The note about meeting the captain at the orca pool? Yeah, I found that calendar in the nap room. I think it's probably Sasha's. What? Then that means... I guess it does look like more of a woman's calendar than a man's. I didn't want suspicion to fall on Sasha. Mr. Wright, I gotta go back to the aquarium to look after the orca in Sasha's place. I'll be rooting for you on the other end of that TV phone. Please take care, Sasha. Okay, we can't let Prosecutor Blackwell get the best of us. Time to refocus. You're right. After all, we're the only ones who can save Orla. Oh boy. I still don't know who the real murderer is. I have no idea who it is at this point. Because the only people we have as possibilities are Sasha, who came to us to save Orla, which theoretically is possible. But, I don't know, that's the way that things happened. And she's the one who knows how to use the whistle the best. She is unfortunately high on the list, but I don't know, something about that feels wrong. There is Norma de Plume, but I don't think it's her. I think, like, it's possible. And then we have Marlon Rhymes, who... Like, at the moment, of the three of them, I have to say that Sasha's the most... What's the word? The most suspicious at the moment? That or a complete, absolute accident. Like, those are the three suspects that I have that aren't Orla. Rifle doesn't count. But, like, I don't necessarily see it as any of them, but Sasha would have to be highest on my suspect list at the moment.
The court will now reconvene. Prosecutor Blackwell, please call the witness to the stand.
Because we know that the whistle reaches her even from when she's in the pool. So, like... Again, you waste your breath. Me name be Sasha, and I be one of Captain Orla's swashbucklers. I come to rescue me bucko from the false charges put on her by dread pirate No Stash. No Stash? I guess No Stash refused for Prosecutor Blackwell this time. Oh, it can't be the judge. He has a mustache and a full beard. Now then, Captain Judge, shall we begin the pirate court?
Captain Judge? I rather like that. It makes me feel like a salty old sea dog.
And scene. How was that for a self-intro? The court is not a show. State your full name and occupation. Name is Sasha Buckler. I work at Shipshape Aquarium. I perform in our Swashbuckler Spectacular Pirate Show alongside Orla as her trainer.
Well, you seem like a completely different person now.
You really think so? Thanks. I was in my pirate show persona just then. Prosecutor Blackwell said I could introduce myself any way I like. I'd bet money he didn't think you were going to do it like that.
And what will this witness testify about?
The orca manipulated the victim into playing volleyball and then knocked the items down. The witness will report about hearing the noise that caused the victim's death. Now wait just a minute. Sure, Orla uses the ball to break props sometimes. She just spiked the ball at that giant octopus leg yesterday when I was cleaning. So Orla was the one who broke that leg, huh? But she couldn't have knocked down that huge stack of equipment with her little ball. I thought you were paying attention to the trial over telecast, but you apparently know nothing of what we have been discussing. The orca knocked down the equipment by pulling on the cloth that was underneath it. No one said anything about the orca knocking it down with a ball. What? Is that what we're talking about? I came in here to give Prosecutor No Stash a good keel hauling. But I'm the one getting the cat and nine tails. Oh, he's as vicious as a tiger shark. Miss Buckler, just focus on your testimony and you'll be alright. Don't worry, we'll take care of that tiger shark for you. Thank you, Athena. Okay, I can do this. My testimony will be phenomenal.
All right, Miss Buckler, please proceed with your testimony.
I admit I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise, but the aquarium guest scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent. I talked to Norman de Plume first, and then went to the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all.
Her story doesn't seem to be much different from Marlon Rhymes' testimony.
Or does it? The circumstances are different. The actual order of Orla's actions depend on the order the witness heard the two noises. As she heard the scream first, the prosecution's claims don't line up. Unfortunately for you, she doesn't remember the order of what she heard. She doesn't? I was distracted at the time, so I don't really recall which one I heard first. I was lost in thought until the guard brought me back to myself. Sorry, I'm no help. As long as the order remains unclear, I shall not alter the prosecution's claims. After killing the victim with a bag of coins, the orca toyed with the body in the water. I have to turn things around here somehow. Unless I can prove the sound Sasha heard was not the sound of the victim's murder. Paco's claim that Orla pulled down the equipment to kill the victim will stand. If I want to save Orla, I have to find a contradiction, no matter how small.
Very well. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright.
Alright. I admit I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise, but the aquarium guest scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent. I talked to Norma de Plume first, and then went to the pool room. Oh, Rifle! Rifle must have been there. Because Rifle has a walkie-talkie on him, right? Room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all.
Objection!
Nope, okay. I had a feeling, but I had to check. I was like, this probably isn't it, but I wanted to make sure. Wait a second. Featuring the dashing red staff with a fluttering red scarf, gold coins hidden in the skull rock. I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise. Okay, let's see this for a second. What made you think Orla was summoning you? Orla knows the sound of her cries doesn't carry far enough. Sometimes she summons people by making a loud noise. And Orla is smarter than the average whale, I tell ya. Taco would not be bested in a battle of wits. Wait a minute, which is the smartest one of all? Mirror, mirror, on the wall, who's the smartest one of all? Widget! Expected to enter Trucy into this my kid is better than yours, Appaloosa. My kid is magic? Like, quite literally? And did you heed the summons of this very intelligent orca immediately? I couldn't run away, although I was concerned about her, of course. Okay, let's just press this. You heard Mr. Plume scream? That's right, I heard her through the walkie-talkie of a guard making his rounds. Ah! I can still hear it in my head. That was so loud I thought it was a sea lion. Mr. Plume sort of reminds me of a sea lion, actually. I know, right? Oh, I should call her Sea Lion lady and see how she likes it. I guess Nina is so upset about being called a yellow girl.
What did you do after hearing the visitor scream?
Hold it!
You and the security guard headed to the orca pool room? Yeah, apparently that obnoxious writer lady said she didn't trust me by myself. That's why after talking to her, the guard and I went to the pool room together. Why be with a wind so suspicious? Arr, I demand a swordfish duel! That's what I felt like saying to her anyway.
I'm afraid I don't get it.
That was a line from the show when Orla and Sasha's quarrel with each other. Didn't you do your swashbuckler spectacular homework, Your Honor?
Why am I getting scolded here, Mr. Wright?
Why am I getting scolded here, Your Honor? Miss Buckler, please tell me what happened after you headed to the pool room. Alright, when the guard and I got there, we saw that. Equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all.
Hold it!
What do you recall about the scene exactly? I don't remember much, to be honest. I was in total shock from seeing the captain like that. If he asked me something specific, I might be able to remember, though. Specific questions, huh? Okay, let's see. What should I ask her about? Could you tell me more about the state you found the victim in? It's so hard to even think about right now. Sasha is deeply traumatized by the victim's death. I guess I shouldn't push her on it then. Poor Sasha. She must have really adored him. Do you think Orla really did make that stuff fall down? I think we probably need more information before we can know what really happened. Let's be careful not to let a single inconsistency slip by. Okay, let's ask her the other question.
Hold it!
Could you tell me more about the things that were scattered around? They were equipment for props for the new show. The new show? Yeah, they were supposed to debut a brand new Swashbuckler Spectacular yesterday. We already defeated the giant octopus and nose stash after all. You're gonna have a new nemesis, Red Stash. He's on the flyer. Oh, that's the flyer Rifle is distributing. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the Skull Rock? Oh, I wish it could be me. I'll leave it to you, Athena, to know all about it. I've even got some new tricks for the new show. So all the stuff that fell down was for the new show, is that it? That's right, a bunch of props and crates and other equipment stacked up. Your Honor, for the record, I'd like that information added to the witness's testimony.
Very well. Miss Buckler, please append what you just said to your testimony.
Sure thing. The props for the new show were everywhere. The captain was in the middle of it all. See you in a bit, Swift. Thank you for the lurk. Props for the new show were everywhere. I still want to know more about this. Yeah, he does have his scarf on. And there are the gold coins. Strange bruise on his on him. What's up, Biscuit? I think that's what this trick is. The biting isn't to hurt him, it's part of the show. Because if you remember, one of the items in there was a practice dummy for her to not bite too hard on. But what's our evidence here? Because the best I can think of...
Objection!
No, not that one. You know what, this is... whatever. Ash, can you please be a little nicer to me? Okay, I'm sure it has something to do with this one, but... my brain is struggling to figure out what the hell goes here.
Hold it!
These props for the new show, what kind of things were they? A blow-up dolphin, an anchor, a Red Stash's costume, the bag of coins, stuff like that. The captain was wearing his usual costume and the new props were all there. Captain was wearing his usual costume, but why does he have the red scarf? Wait a minute. Something about that doesn't seem right. Is there a problem with Sasha's testimony? You say the captain was wearing his usual costume, but is that completely accurate? Come on, Phoenix, what are you nitpicking my testimony for? When we look at the body, we see that there's a discrepancy between that and your statement. You stated the victim was wearing his usual costume. but you notice that the victim was wearing a red scarf around his neck. I imagine the red scarf is part of his costume for the new pirate show.
Oh, you're right. It's written right here in the flyer for the new show. Featuring the dashing red stash with a fluttering red scarf.
Although I have to say, just looks like an old red scarf was added to his old costume. Well, the captain never was spend much money on costumes. But, you know, the captain wasn't wearing the red scarf. But in this photo, I believe I see a red scarf. Yeah, but it's not wrapped around his neck. It's just draped on top of his neck. That red scarf was packed away with the rest of the new show's equipment. He was already dead. When the stuff fell, he was already dead. It must have fallen on top of the captain when the equipment fell down. Oh, I see.
It looks like a discrepancy. It wasn't really a discrepancy after.
Yes, it was! Yes, it was! Fuck! Damn it, idiots! Think about it for 2 seconds! Think about it. If this is the state that y'all found his body in, and he wasn't wearing the scarf fell on top of him when the stuff fell. Okay, think about it like this. Okay, they're saying their claim is that stuff fell, the bag of coins hit him, he died, he fell into the water, and then Orla played with him and then knocked him back up onto land. However, fuck that. Because this scarf, the scarf clearly fell on top of him when the stuff fell. I was like, cool. Yeah, when? Then why is it still there?
What do you mean?
Well, didn't you say that he died and then fell into the water and then Orla played with him and then spat him back out?
Yes.
And you see right there that the body was found with the red scarf on top.
Yes, but he wasn't wearing it. Yes.
And you don't see the discrepancy here.
What discrepancy? I'm going to murder you.
So the scarf doesn't have anything to do with the case? But there's something about the timing of the stuff falling that bothers me. Hold on. The timing of the stuff falling. The timing. Maybe my theory has been all wrong from the beginning. Maybe the bag of coins isn't the murder weapon. And so your last cross-examination is in failure as well. You should know that such a feeble slash will never hurt me. As I said, the orca made the equipment fall and then toyed with the body in the water. I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackwell, but based on the circumstances at the scene, the defendant couldn't have dragged the body into the water after the equipment fell. And why, pray tell, is that? Oh, I'll tell you all right. My theory has been all wrong, and I'll just have to fix it.
Yes, Mr. Wright, please do tell the court. What indicates that the body was not dragged into the water after the items fell?
You're all idiots, and I hate you. I hate that none of you have eyes. The red scarf fell at the same time as the bag of coins, but if the body was dragged in the pool after the bag of coins fell, then the red scarf wouldn't still be on top of the body. What? In other words, the victim was already dead when the equipment came crashing down. Therefore, the bag of coins that fell with the red scarf was not the murder weapon. But it was the defense who claimed the bag of coins was the murder weapon to begin with. Yeah, now I'm saying I'm wrong. That's what you do when you have new information. Well, yes, that's true. Do you intend to abandon your original argument? After hearing the testimony, I realized my theory about the murder weapon was wrong. Please recall the facts we have learned so far. It's a fact that what Orla bit was the victim's dead body.
After all, when we saw the victim on the security footage, he was already dead.
But then Orca carried the victim's body to the side of the pool and knocked down the equipment for the new pirate show that piled up there. She was ramming the rock because she was crying. She was sad. She brought him back up. Or, still part of the witness, why didn't she do it in the 10 minutes before? I still say she was sad. Maybe Orla was trying to alert the humans to the victim's condition. That's why she waited. No one told her to do it. She waited until she had an audience. And then she was like, hey, human, ram, look over here, ram, I'm bleeding, look here. Pick up the body. Look at this body. My captain, my friend, he's hurt. Send help. That's why she didn't do anything in those 10 minutes. She was waiting for someone who could see her. If Orla knocked the items down on the victim after he was already dead, then it means the defendant didn't kill the victim with those items. But that's preposterous! I've cracked the case! Wait. I've cracked part of the case. I haven't figured out who killed him. This is incredibly sad. She was crying. That's why she was ramming her head against the rock. That's why she picked him up. And that's why she did it when Norma came by immediately. She wasn't told to. She was trying to get help. I'm sad now. I'm incredibly sad now. Even still, your argument is lacking. If neither the orca's headbutting nor the bag of coins were the manner of death, then how do you propose the victim was killed? That's not my job.
A very good point. If the defense is now abandoning its original theory, then we would need a new theory as to what the murder weapon was.
Ugh, all right. I doubt I have no clue would go over well. All right, let's go over what we still need to find out about the victim's body. What we don't know is how he died and why his body was at the bottom of the pool. I wonder if something that would explain both of these things at once. How did the victim's body sink to the bottom of the pool? On a diagram, it's easy enough to move the body to the bottom of the pool, but in real life, the water would just cause the body to float. That's right, dead bodies float. Right. Hold on. Water. Okay, then what if we flip that around? What if there was no water? Then the body would go right down in an instant. Or could the real manner of death be... Thanks for the great hint, Athena. What? I helped you and I didn't even know it? Your Honor, I think we know the real manner of the victim's death.
I think won't do, Mr. Wright. I expect a clear answer. Now then, what was the real manner of Jack Shipley's death?
What's the manner of death that moved the victim to the bottom of the pool in an instant? Technically drowning. But also, because when you drown, you do sink. Because your lungs are now filled with water. But regardless, please take a look at the diagram of the Gorka pool. If there is no water in this pool, then it would be very easy to move the victim's body to the bottom of the pool.
He would drop straight down. Oh my! Could that be the true manner of death?
The Orca pool is about 65 feet deep. If the victim were to go from the top of the pool to the bottom when there was no water, then he would, without question, have fallen to his death.
Death from a fall?
And that's your answer? It all makes perfect sense. If he fell, that would explain the signs of blunt force trauma all over his body, too. It would. The only question is, it wouldn't necessarily explain why it was empty or when they put water back in, and Orla. The culprit pushed the victim into the pool when there was no water in it. After doing something to keep the body from floating up, they filled the pool with water. The pool water washed away any sign of blood, so no one would realize that he fell.
Surprisingly, that actually makes sense.
Which puts the suspicion back on Marlon Rhymes.
Order! Order in the court! I'm just as surprised as you are, but I must have order.
Wait, no. Actually, no, it doesn't put the suspicion on Marlon. It puts the suspicion right back on Sasha, because this is Sasha's calendar, and she's the one who met him at 7.
If falling was the manner of death, then does that mean the defendant's behavior was the result of being manipulated by the true culprit, as the defense claimed?
Yes, it would have to be. All that needs to be explained now is how the real culprit commanded Orla. Ms. Buckler, is there a way to instruct Orla to bite someone? What? What kind of trick would that be? Of course not. Could you tell us about the tricks Orla does know? Well, there's jumping, dancing, and playing volleyball. And she can spin, do the rock and roll trick, and sing the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. Those sound like pretty nice tricks, but I don't think they're related to this case. She's also practicing 2 new top-secret tricks. There's the human rocket, where she shoots someone up into the air. And there's the lifesaver trick, where she brings a drowning person to the surface. Hey! One of those top-secret tricks might have something to do with the case. Now, which of these 2 tricks sounds relevant to the case? So in the lifesaver trick, Orla brings a drowning person to the surface, correct? You got it! Orla's still learning how to hold someone gently in her mouth. So she sometimes bites into their clothes, but she's never hurt a person's skin. She brings a drowning person to the surface? Then that must be it!
That matches up perfectly what Mr. Plume said in her testimony.
The real culprit must have used the lifesaver trick command to manipulate Orla.
I still find this very hard to believe. The only person who should know that trick is Sasha Buckler.
Well, let's see it for ourselves. Let's have Orla show us her trick using a practice dummy. As you wish.
The prosecution doesn't appear to have any objection. Miss Buckler, please proceed.
Okay, sure. I'll show you Orla's phenomenal trick. Hey, Marlin, are you ready over there? Okay, let me just go get the practice dummy. There, it is in the pool, ready and standing by, Sasha. Here goes. Orla's secret new trick, the lifesaver. Does anyone realize that we're putting a lot of suspicion onto Marla, or Sasha? Wow, they really did animate a lot. Oh, that's so cute. The clothes got torn up a little, but the dummy doesn't have any new marks on it. And there you have it, or the secret new trick. Wow, that orca is really something. A cute thing like that wouldn't hurt anybody. Sounds like the gallery loved Orla's performance. That was great. That awesome trick captured everybody's heart.
Oh, wonderful. I wish I could see more.
It looks like we silenced Prosecutor Blackwell. Here's the thing. Technically, we are saving our clients. There's only one person that can do that trick. Thank you, Orla and Miss Buckler, and thank you too, Mr. Rhymes. So now you can clearly see how Orla was manipulated. The bottom of the orca pool needs to be examined immediately. We might still find some evidence of the victim falling to his death.
Prosecutor Blackwell, please have that taken care of at once. Excuse me, Prosecutor Blackwell, but I am requesting further investigation.
Ah!
Disc, Prosecutor Blackwell, you have to answer to the nice judge politely. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. The thing you asked for just came in.
Ugh. And you couldn't be bothered to think of a less violent way to deliver it? What did Prosecutor Blackwell ask for? I've been waiting for this.
Oh, and what is that?
An updated autopsy report. What? Why did it have to come now? During the recess, I ordered the body to be re-examined. Something started nagging at me during the course of the trial, you see. Here.
I take it you'd like me to read it. Very well. Cause of death, thought to be from 65'4".
Fuck yeah, that means Orla could not have been the killer. 100%, Orla is scot-free. Sasha Buckler, however, is not. Uh-oh.
But this decisive evidence that substantiates Mr. Wright's theory.
What? It's something good for a chick? What the fuck? I bet this is when Wright has an existential crisis, like, wait, something good happened? What the fuck? Hello? Where's the karmic retribution? How is this all gonna go bad?
If the manner of death was falling into an empty pool, the orca can't be responsible. It seems Orla's complete innocence has been proven.
I suppose I can't deny that. Holy shit, a rare instance of, hey, 100% innocence proven, and we don't actually know who the murderer is yet. This is fantastic! You did it, Mr. Wright! Prosecutor Blackwell isn't even trying to refute it. Orla is saved, Sasha is not. Yeah. Is it really safe to celebrate?
It would appear more investigation into this case is necessary. But first, allow me to render my verdict. The court finds the defendant, Ora Shipley, not guilty.
Huh. Cool. Now here's the thing. But now I'm 100% certain that Sasha isn't the killer. Because she's gonna be our next client. She's gonna go on trial now. It's her turn. You did it! Thank you so much, Phoenix. Thank you, Athena. Orla and Marlin, thank you too. Congrats, Sasha. Time to celebrate. Go on, eat up. Glad to see everybody so happy, and I'm absolutely thrilled about the verdict. And the music stopped. Uh-oh. Thank you, right, Dono? For what? The drained pool. Thanks to you, the truth is finally clear. Fulbright. Arrest this woman. I knew it.
Certainly. Right away, Prosecutor Blackwell. Sasha Buckler, you are hereby under arrest for the murder of Jack Shipley.
What? What are you talking about? What reason could you possibly have? The fact that she's the trainer and she knows about the life-saving procedure, and the fact that she met him at 7 a.m. and she would know she would have the card to get in. There's a lot of reasons. Come now, you must have had some idea in the back of your dull little mind. The true culprit manipulated the Orca in order to have false charges brought upon her. And who was the only one with the ability to accomplish that? They can only be the Orca's trainer. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm sure there's some other explanation.
Silence.
I don't need any of your baseless counter-arguments. Have you forgotten? In order to enter the Orca pool room, a security card is necessary. A security card that only the victim and Sasha Buckler possessed. Miss Buckler is the only one who could have caused the victim to fall to his death. Ah!
What?
No, I don't believe it. Miss Buckler was so upset by Mr. Shipley's death that she couldn't have done it. She was also the one who got us to be the attorney. Maybe she was putting on an act. Fulbright.
We asked the security company yesterday to check their security card logs. Their report just came in during the recess. Her card could have been stolen, though. I'm saying that now. Her card could have been stolen, or borrowed, or used by someone else. On the night before the incident, Sasha Buckler used her card to enter the Orca pool room. After that, not a single person entered the pool room.
Wait, what? No one?
Not until the incident was discovered when Miss Buckler and the guard ran in.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Objection!
No one would commit murder where their card usage is being recorded.
Apparently, the aquarium employees don't know that their card usage is tracked. Or what's more, Miss Buckler was seen arguing with the victim before the incident. So, Miss Trainer, what were you arguing about?
It was a private matter. But it wasn't anything I would kill him over. That's ridiculous. Miss Buckler is the only one who entered the room, and she knows how to command Orla. Besides, I thought her suspicious from the very beginning. You suspected Miss Buckler from the start? Then why did you put an Orca on trial? The Orca did tricks because someone commanded her to do so. Possibly someone with a heart so black as to make her own partner the murder weapon. The possibility the Orca killed the victim. The possibility he would manipulated the Orca. Hi, Biscuit. I looked into both. So we suspected both Sasha and Orla all along. My gratitude to you. After all, you were the one who drew out that information about the lifesaver trick. The Orca you saved was an unwitting victim. A victim made to look like the weapon that killed Jack Shipley. Are you looking at me like that, Biscuit? No!
Alright, come along then. Let's have a good long talk.
Oi, I didn't kill the captain. I would never try to frame Orla. Oh, and I hurt the ones I loved like that. Sasha. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe me. I am petting a baby. Look at this baby. Hello, little baby. I love my little baby. Do that. Sasha didn't kill him. I believe that with all my heart. There's gotta be something we can do. I feel the same way. Could I have done something differently? But never in my wildest dreams did I imagine things turning out like that.
It would appear that this case has taken on an entirely new aspect. But this trial is only concerned with the ruling on the defendant or Shipley. So I'm afraid this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned.
Woohoo! Yay! Huzzah! We did it. Great. Fantastic. Good job, everyone. Okay. It is now past 8 o'clock and I'm getting hungry. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I love you all dearly, and I would love to keep going. However, it is food time, and I think this is a very good place to call it for today. Apologies for the shorter stream, but we need food. We're still trying to figure out Saturday stuff with other game stuff going on. TTRPGs take a while, y'all. But that's it for today. Since I ended so early, let's see if there's anyone still streaming, or y'all just want to take a nice breather and rest. Y'all want to rest? Do y'all want to watch? I think we have to rest. Nope, it's resting time. Alright, so thank you all so much for joining me for this late night surprise stream. I hope you all enjoyed our, whatever this was. This was a hell of a trial. What the fuck? Biscuit, have you ever heard of putting an orca on trial? No, you haven't. You're not even 5 months old. You don't know what law is. You're a cat. Cats have no concept of the law and rules. Or they do, but they break them constantly. Anyways, I'm hungry. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll see you all tomorrow afternoon. We should stream tomorrow. Should be Jack and Dexter. That's the current plan. I think that's everything I have from me today. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Yeah. I love you all. Thank you all for joining me. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!